All right, everyone. Welcome to our first ZGL this week, number one. I am your head of marketing, Sassafras, and I'm here with the boss man, Brumadinho. Bruma, say hello.
Hello, everybody. Happy to be here. Our first ever live stream. Yeah, exciting.
Yeah. We thought we'd bring a little bit more to everyone. We wanted to, we started with the highlights. We've started adding more content. We're really trying to bring back to everyone who joins Zeus Gaming League. Bruma, how long has the server now been in operation, would you say?
I think me, Nathaniel, Kieran, and Kai started this in. The idea started in like September
Okay.
last year, so it's almost a year now. And the server itself is up for like 7 months, 8 maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, pretty much like in December. I think we started everything in December, so yeah.
And I met you guys all in a previous server, and I'll never forget. One day I got a message, and it was like, "Hey, we're kind of moving things over," and I just responded with LFG with a bunch of exclamation points. So here we are, all these months later, and yes, we're trying to add on more stuff. And so for this one, we're trying to bring more of a podcast style sort of video to everyone. Hopefully it does well. And then part of this is to go on a review together over an upcoming course and involving the previous week's winner doing a fast lap around an upcoming racetrack. So for this week, since GT3 is over, which we can talk about for a little bit after this, we're going to focus on the race tonight, U.S. time, for America's Racing Club, which I'm thankfully wearing the shirt for, quite fortunately, at Lago Maggiore East. And I have a lap of our last week's winner, Sorjuai, which we'll review in a second. But Bruno, season one ended of GT3. I think it went really well. I think it was super successful. What are your reflections? What stood out to you? Are you happy with how things went?
I mean, the attendance was a bit bad at times. I mean, I think especially when we had to merge the two lobbies. Although it was fun, I think like we had a full grid or like almost a full grid every time there, and that was certainly fun. But like in general, I think I really hope that in season 2 we have two lobbies with just two full lobbies like every week. That would be the goal, and then for future seasons to come, like just like get a bigger grid. 3 divisions, 4 divisions, however many we need. Really.
Yeah, and we're definitely on the way. I think something also that to me stood out is, it is establishing ZGL separate from the other things that came along from like the previous server and everything like that. And so I think we're finding out who are really ZGL guys, like thankfully for Yeast, who's really making his presence felt, and Sorjuai, or Craigo and Luce in Division 2, and us, American guys who are, doing all that stuff. So yes, attendance was, I think we all would have hoped that it went better, even though it didn't. But what was really great is that I think just people enjoyed themselves. It was a good time. It was just fun. Like, I think we just had a lot of fun. The memes did well, and we're growing all together. So, I'm really looking forward to season 2. I hope we can grow into at least a 3rd division. Right now, we have a pretty solid two division set. 3rd division will be great, but yeah, I think it's going well.
I don't think we are that far off 3 divisions, to be honest. I think we just need about 8 to 10 more drivers, and we're there. But like, yeah. Get 10 drivers that show up every week. I mean, that's hard enough as it is. So yeah. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm happy with 2 like pretty stacked divisions, especially Division 1 is we've gained some fast drivers, and yeah, we will talk about it in 2 weeks, I think it is, when we when we do the car draft. So yeah.
Yeah, the car draft is beyond exciting.
Yeah.
that's going to be really good. But let's not skip too far in the future. And so just to get all those out of the way, let's go over our first lap Again, this is Sorger Y, who in ARC is consistently the fastest driver. Consistently, when he shows up, he's the number one guy, and he wins by pretty wide margins. So I think this is going to be a really good example of how fast this lap can be done by this series. To me, just the first thing that stands out is the placement of the penalty mark. I think that could really come into play. Even though Lago Maggiore isn't a big track limits track but at least it may make an impact at least.
I think it's really hard to get a penalty here. I think if this was the full course, at the end there's that fast left-right section and then another right-hander. If you go wide there, you can pick up a penalty. But on this shorter course, I think the only place I can see it happen is in the SS maybe, but I mean you have to really mess that up to get a penalty there. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's that in the S. We'll get to it. Maybe we can point it out. But so just to get started, and 20 AMG, which is the GOAT GT3 car, so it's really good. We see kind of hitting his brakes. Let's go back there for a second. I want to go too fat back over there. I think this is a kind of tricky at times brake point for drivers. We can see it hitting right there. Personally, for me, this is way further beyond where I typically brake as a lower Division 2 driver. What do you make of that?
Yeah, that's the typical Division 1 braking zone, really. Like I see the mark you can see here. If you can look at my mouse, you see my mouse here. I think that's the 50 meter board. And the one we just passed, that was the 100 meter board. So it brakes at around 70 meters, I would say. That's pretty normal for a D1 driver, especially Travai. I mean, we know how good he is. So I wonder what he does with the gearing to turn 1.
Okay, let's do a little rewind and kind of see how it progresses through.
Because
you can walk us through it.
So as I said, he brakes at like 70 meters roughly. He shifts down to first at some point and then shifts up right away again. That is interesting.
Right around here, I would say.
I don't know if this is for rotation. I don't know if it's engine braking. Maybe it could be. That's interesting because I would personally take the corner 9 second gear. I think that would be.
Are you trying to be in second with like a low rev rate, or are you trying to maintain like pretty high revolution?
You should have pretty high revs, to be honest, to get the maximum acceleration out of especially the second corner, the hairpin, which we will go through in a second.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Okay.
I mean, I think it depends on the car, really. Like there are some cars where you can take that corner in first or second. I think cars like the Porsche, maybe you could stay in second place, and maybe for the Merc, it's a bit of a heavier car. It's a bit understeer as well, so maybe first is necessary in that car.
Yeah, I like taking that turn in the RSR. The RSR just zips right around it. It's such a better experience, yeah. All right, so heading into, I think this is turn 3 or 4.
This turn 3, yeah.
Yeah, I like this combination a lot. I think it actually is a big marker of skill level for. Are you trying to slam your way through the first turn and at the sacrifice of the second turn?
I think it's funny because if you can go back a bit on the video, you can see he's not moving to the left on the entry of turn 4. Because here you would want to stay on the outside and then go into the corner. He stays in the middle of the track, which is interesting because you lose a bit of time there by not maximizing the track width.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Also, something I find that gets lost at this turn is that this whole red area is outside of track limits.
Yeah.
the track limits can be completely abused in this section.
Exactly, but you can mess it up there. Like I think there's a bit of a grass patch at the end there as well, and if you go onto the throttle a bit too early or a bit too hard, then you're off. So it's probably best to take it as he did, just like kiss the curb really. We see him being purple. It's a pretty good lap so far.
Yep. This is another one of those very secretly tricky sections.
Yeah.
I think going in close, having to go out wide. I know I go a little bit too wide on it sometimes. How would you attack that? And let me go through it one more time. And you
well,
kind of walk us through
I have to be honest. This is a corner I do not like. not the corner itself, but like how I take it. I never get this corner right. He gets it perfectly. He kisses the apex. It's like it's perfect. Honest, perfect. Really perfect. I really struggle with hitting the apex there. I go wide every single time. I'm still finding yeah.
Is it a breakpoint issue, or you just are trying to turn in too much? Like where do you find that this issue kind of pops up on you?
I think it's just I think it's the braking, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a tough one to catch, for sure. Okay, so here we go. This is, in all intents and purposes, basically the end of this lap since it's East End. As we said, this is tricky here. I think this turn right now is the one where track limits can come into play. This kind of rhythm, Bruma, do you find that people kind of don't get the rhythm right and they always sort of take the wrong angles going into the wrong portions of it?
If you sorry, my wife was interrupting. if you miss the first apex, you missed the next three in this section. I happen to do that a lot as well. I happen to miss the first apex, and then especially in cars like the Merc, if in understeer cars you miss the apex so easily, and he does it quite well here. I think if you go back a bit again.
So on entry,
so he brakes in the middle of the curb, which is nice. He hits the first apex perfectly, cuts a bit of the second one. Yeah, that is perfect. That is exactly how you need to do this. And then from here on out, it's flat out until a bit of a shorter straight now. So braking at around 70 meters again. Hits the apex. Beautiful lap. I don't think he's done a lot wrong on this lap. Yeah, really good lap. A 1:17.373. So yeah.
I think that's about 3 seconds faster than my practice laps.
Yeah, I was about to ask what lap time are you?
Well, I'm also in the Renault, so I'm kind of my GT3 is not the best one of these cars, but and also my wheel's been giving me problems. But yeah, if I hit a 1:19, I would consider that a successful lap for me. So yeah, very good. Okay, great, excellent. Bruma, I hope this felt good to you. I think it felt good just for the first one, and thanks everyone for joining us. I hope you kind of got something from this, and we'll be doing the ARC race tonight at 7:30 Eastern time for US. I think that's midnight for UK drivers.
It's about midnight, yeah.
Yeah, and also happy birthday to Yeast. I don't know if I got a chance to say that earlier, but happy birthday, man!
Happy birthday.
Super awesome part of our community, and yeah, we will talk to you next time. Have a good one, everyone.
Yep. See you.